Okay, so what are you doing today?
Right, well, let's start in here first. Okay, with lights, because we have them. Ta-da. Right, kitchen's back in.
Okay.
So it is now, not that you can see much.
Did you explain in the previous video what happened?
Yeah. Just do that. Right. Some of the stuff. Right, so backsplash is now on, which is there, all sealed in.
And you've sealed in the cooker too.
Cooker's all nicely sealed in as well, all the way around to stop it. The side end caps are sealed. It's sealed all the way down the edges on both sides. That took way longer than it should have. The fridge is back in place now that we've had to obviously take it out, along with nailers there and one there just to support the seat top when we do it. Other things we've done, if I just pinch camera, is put a 12 volt circuit there on switch. That is solely for the fridge. We've also put in a front vent there, right opposite the motor housing, which you may or may not be able to see through there. Careful of them buttons on top there.
Okay, yeah.
That will allow the cold well air that was sort of pooling in there, because it was too well sealed, to escape. Sorry. Yeah, it just allows it to escape. It's better for the compressor side of things, and just improves the longevity of it. Now what we're up to, because I'm only allowed to play today, tomorrow's our anniversary day, so I've got to behave. Mrs. H tells me I'm not allowed to play at all tomorrow. Taking her out for lunch, hopefully that'll sweeten it, maybe get some in the afternoon, but don't tell her, even though she's holding the camera. Anyway, right, we're building the upper cupboard. Now, let me get rib, hold on. Right, I have been busy cutting the ribs, marking it all out, as you can see. So, what we were trying to decide was, do we have the face of the cupboard square to the roof and the floor, or do we have it angled back? If you angle it back like so to match the line of the wall, it kind of looks stupid, we decided. So what we did,
I hope we're right.
was do that.
Yeah.
So that will give us square base, square side to the roof, tapered to the wall. So that's what the cupboard will look like. The face panel that's going to sit here will protrude just slightly below this, and there will be a rubber track go on the bottom of these and the bottom of the face frame, which we're going to show you in a sec.
Is that the cupboard going to cover up those electrics?
Yes, that's the whole idea, is that all the electrics will disappear inside of this upper cupboard. The switches there will then protrude out there.
Okay, and can I reach that? Yeah, I can reach that.
I hope so. You're not that bloody small. I don't know, mind you. You are vertically shut. Anyway, so that's how we're going to design the cupboard. Obviously, we'll get it sealed up nicely to the roof just to finish it off with possibly a little quarter round moulding. Maybe, don't know. we'll cross our bridge when we've got it up. So there's going to be 3 ribs. So out in the sake. Sorry, I just dropped my arm there. Right. So 3 ribs. 1, 2, and then 3 on the end. So
just come round this way.
The ribs. Right. The face frame. Can you see it? Can you get the lines in?
Sort of.
Right, yeah, follow my hand. Follow my hands. Follow my hands. Right.
Okay.
So this is the top. This is the bottom. So there's a wide face frame at the top and at the sides, and a big rib in the middle. Small rib at the bottom for the little people to be able to reach in. As I said, there will be a very slight overhang of 1 centimetre at the bottom, which will get capped. This is all going to get sanded to within an inch of its life, filled and painted. So I don't mind the doodles. So there's going to be 2 sides. The reason for the centre rib is just to, because it is a big cupboard, as you can tell. So the reason for this sort of thing is what we're going to do here. Can you see this? So that's going to be the opening, nicely rounded corners. Again, that's going to get capped probably with T-track, T trim, as opposed to the U shape that I'm thinking for the bottom. I haven't decided yet whether that's going to be T or U. I'll think about that one later. Anyway, so rounded off corners, just so that when you're sticking your hand in, it's not going to hurt. These will then get a very slight quarter round with a router, just to further smooth it. Again, sanded to an inch of its life, so it's smooth, and then primed, painted. The reason for the paint is that we can refresh it when we're doing the roof, and just keep it fresh and nice. Cupboard door wise, they're going to be the same grey as the kitchen cupboards, and they will sit proud. They'll be on butt hinges at the top, 2 butt hinges with removable pins, only because that's what I've got in the shed. And then well, we'll see, whatever hinges, and then it'll be the same cupboard door fixture with the push button, just to keep the cupboard doors locked. It works well for the kitchen, so should work well for here. 2 cupboard doors. They will be just oversized of the actual opening, just so that they fit. And that is the face frame. So how it's getting attached to the wall is the nailing strips that we've done, the ribs, sorry. The outside edges are going to have that bit of wood there behind you will be biscuit jointed, the one that runs across the slabs, that is. They'll be biscuit jointed to those, screwed into the walls. The top of the face frame is having a long version, front, running side to side. That's also getting biscuit jointed. That's going up into the roof on the pallet substrate that we've got up there, so it's not just hanging on the roof. The side ribs are going to be biscuit jointed to the face frame and to the base, which I've got to do yet. As is the face frame getting biscuit jointed to the base, and then the back of the face, the base, sorry, has also got a nailer which will go into pre-drilled captive nut locations that we did earlier, which is the black screws that you can see on the sideboard.
Now you talk with your hands a lot.
I do talk with my hands. If I sit on my hands, I'm a mute. So
I don't know if I should show the board or your hands or your face.
I do talk with my hands a lot. I am sorry, tough. Live with it. I'm quite...
Nothing wrong with that. I just don't know what I'm supposed to be filming.
I like to anyway.
I just don't know what I'm supposed to be filming.
So, yeah, well, in my head, I know what I'm doing. So I'm pointing at stuff that's going on in my head. It's a scary place to be, by the way. That's where we're at. So
have a look at your diagrams there. I don't know if they'll come out on the camera.
So the ribs are cut. This needs cutting. They need biscuit jointed on. The base needs trimming to size. With a bevel, which means popping it through the table saw, or I may just use my other toy, my track saw for that, I think, just to put a bevel on it. That's what we've been up to today.
Good. I'm going to go make the coffee then.
Oh, coffee.
Yes, okay.
Everything stops for coffee.
Can I? Okay.
You've got to wait till I'm set up.
I'm playing anyway, so.
Because it's really difficult to do with one hand. Something like that. It'll be. So this can be my template from the inside. I don't have to sand it quite so much. Mm-hmm. And then for the biscuits, you just mark three should hold it with glue. I thought I'll go three. Three will do. So that's that one. I mean, literally, eat, sleep, repeat. So now the middle rib has to get slightly adjusted. And the reason it's got to get slightly adjusted is because it's the middle rib for starts, which means that we need to knock out a section here for the upper nailer at the face frame, and we also need to account for the bottom, so we need to shave the middle rib so that it sits inside at the correct pitch angle. So it's got to sit inside basically. So if we did that as the bottom, as you can see, the overhang here, there is how much we need to trim off the base, off of this end, not that end, this end. So, and then as I said, we need to notch out for the upper nailer at the front, which we're going to secure, and then this piece needs trimming down, yay, by the thickness of the base timber. Quite a beefy unit. It is out of 18mm ply because that's what I have.
Is the wall going to be able to hold it up?
Will the wall hold it up?
Yeah.
The way that's designed, yeah, if it falls down, it's because the van's crushed.
Okay.
As going into plywood substrates which are bolted direct to the ribs of the van with captive nuts. There's captive nuts on this face wall. This is all getting biscuit jointed together. That should hold up on 4 bolts.
Okay.
But it's going to be held up on an awful lot more than 4 bolts.
If it comes down, it's chopping off our feet.
If it comes down, we are definitely going to be upset. And I really do mean upset. That is going to weigh a pretty lot. I would make it out of thinner stuff, but this is what I've got at hand. And I think I've spent enough in B&Q lately.
Doris has cost quite a bit of money.
You know you've spent a lot in B&Q when they know you by name and say, your parking space is there, sir. That's how often I go to our B&Q. So, that's where we're at. So I need to mark this up and trim it on the table saw. Yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping it. Alright, it's ready.
Right, to a cut, just needs tidied up, and then obviously the straight edges joined up. This is a pain in the arse to set up because maybe for this side I might redraw the lines to take into account the kerf cut of the blade, which is only about 1 mil, 2 mil, maybe 3. So anyway, you set this up so that this edge is right on the line of right on the line, as you can see, of the piece that you're going to cut. And if it would just stop moving when I clamp the flipping thing, that would be brilliant. There, right. Here's a plunge cut to start. Noisy. Done. Right, so the Victor setup. It's easier if you use the internal clamps that it comes with. I left them indoors and I can't be asked to go and get them. Right, this is the favourite one. This is the fun one. Favourite, it's the fun one. You have to really set up for this one. With a long piece of 18mm wood. Give it some support at the back. Back on there. And again, set it up on the lines. Have to be a amazingly accurate. It's me being pedantic. Right. Two. Show that. That way. Into there. Right. Now what we're doing is plunging obviously away from the lines. Put straight edges to stop where I'm cutting. This blade cuts that way round, so all the chip out will be on the top. Hopefully the stuff on the bottom, when I turn it over and have a look, should be nice. It won't be, but I can sand in that. Anyway, there's sacrificial pieces of wood underneath, so I don't keep cutting the workbench that I have before. Right, let's see. How we do. So you can see the 4 cuts almost on the line there and there. As I said, this one cuts going that way round, so nice. A little bit of tear out there and there. Other than that, not bad. As you can see, it did go through there. Just. Hence the sacrificial piece of wood, because we have cut the workbench several times. And I need to stop doing that. So, temptation.
How are you going to do the edges now?
Jigsaw.
Okay.
Use a jigsaw to get those, to join them up, which is what I did for the overhead cupboard. So, tempted to cut the straight edges on this one first, and then it's just one solid operation. Then to just round the corners, and then sand and deliver. Those that know Adam and the Ants will understand that one.
Can I stop?
Right. Next leg. Next phase of the operation. Is jigsaw. And we're just going to clamp this down just to stop the thing. Right, we're over it. Just to stop it running away with itself, and making sure you're well away from the bloody bench, because that's my other favourite trick. Can you see? If I go this way around, I'll be cack-handed for you. Oh, sweet. Right. So. I'm putting a new jigsaw on my list, Christmas list. That blade is burning. Ooh. And is rubbish. Try you. See if this is any better. Ooh, she's loose. Right, that's that one done.
Can I come back for when you finish then?
Now on down, come on.
Oh,
Yeah, but
brilliant.
now, theory says, sorry theory, ta-da!
Fantastic.
So, that's what the front opening is going to look like. It does need tidying up, obviously. You can see where we just missed, well, caught the workbench again. So it does need tidying up with sander to get it, but you get the idea. So, so we'll keep working on this. We'll get it all nicely cleaned up. You can see where that blade that I threw down there was starting to burn, so it's burnished the wood. So that's going to need some TLC.
How are you going to TLC it?
Oh, sand it.
Oh.
Just straight sanding. So, so yeah. So we'll get these all cleaned up, route the edges, ready. Then we can cut the biscuit joints. That'll be later, much later. Hopefully tomorrow.
Okay, can I stop recording?
Yeah. I'm just remarking mine. For this one, because this is a pain in the arse, the biscuits. Right. Cut out, sanded in the corners to get rid of the discrepancies. As you can see,
You can clean that up, yeah.
burns have gone. I thought about rounding over the edges, but then the U-shaped rubber stuff won't fit over, so I need to leave them square.
Leave what square?
Just leave these parts square, otherwise the rubber trim doesn't, the U-shaped rubber trim doesn't fit.
They're not square, they're rounded.
No, they're rounded there, but the edges is square.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, beasties. Don't like beasties. So I need to leave them as is.
So what are you going to do now?
I don't know the time this time. 1945.
Yeah, I need to go put the pasta on.
I think I should possibly consider stopping for the night. Biscuit joints to do. I have marked out for the biscuits 3 on the edges along with glue and screws, and then the screws will get filled. I know it's overkill, but I really do not want this falling off the wall. So 3 there, 4 in the middle because it's just a rib. just to stop Mrs H migrating into my cupboard. Really, it's not going to stop her, but it's a hope. 3 on that edge, 3 on that edge, 4 in the middle, and then probably half a dozen or so across the connectors, and hope that I've got enough clamps to do it. I've got 6, so could be tight, but should be alright. We'll do one piece at a time. We'll clamp and progress as we go, but we'll get all the biscuit joints cut. We'll dry fit to make sure it all works with the biscuits in place, so that we know that everything goes together smoothly, and then glue it all up and then screw it up to make sure. Well, I might brad now actually, because it's only just to hold it while the glue sets, because it's the glue that holds it. The mechanical fixes are literally just to hold it in place. So how the biscuit joint works is you get a half moon slot in one side, half moon slot in the other, and you've got an oval shaped compressed piece of wood that when you apply glue to it, it swells in place, thus locking it to both sides. Kind of like a dowel, but stronger. It's my preferred method of joisting and dowels. Easier, and I've got the toy, so it's easier to set. It takes a while to set up, but once you've got it set up, it's a great toy. So we're going to leave it there for tonight. We'll go and get another drink, because I've got to gob like a flip-flop. Face frame's done, ribs are done. I need to cut and trim the baseboard, and then in the baseboard we've got some twinkly lights to go in, which will go in. There'll be a channel for those, and then recessed, and then there'll be just a soft cover to go over to protect all the wires, or I may just put it in really mini trunking. I'm going to put it in mini trunking, because then if there's a problem I can take the sodding stuff out. That sounds like a plan. That's a plan. But yeah, we're going to have twinkly lights, which will be just under the front bit, pointing down. I have got a 240 strip light set up that may or may not make its way into this cupboard. If it doesn't make its way into this cupboard, then it will certainly make its way into the kitchen cupboard. Although that will be much harder to fit because of where the bloody electrics are. I ain't taking the kitchen unit out again, having glued the thing into the wall. So, don't know. Maybe there. Although, having said that, we didn't need 240 lighting while we were away. So we cope nicely on the 12 volt system. The batteries never dipped below 12.6, and that was the fridge running 24/7 on that. The lights on in the evenings. So I don't think we need it, to be honest. So might save myself some hassle, and we'll just put the nice twinkly lights in on 12 volt just for nice mood lighting. So
okay, I'm gonna go to the pasta.
Right, we're done. Give it a like, a subscribe, and do tell everybody about it. Ring the notification bell for new upload vids. And here's my Amazon package with more stuff.